Hello, welcome back to Snakebird. Last episode we finished off the 46 main levels in the island, and now we're on to the star levels. I say 46 because, well, the numbers do end at 45. There is a level 0, which I really didn't pay attention to until, until, uh, a comment in another video told me that there were 46 levels, not in my video, but another video that I was watching. I was watching the playthrough after I completed the puzzle just to see any differences. In fact, there are a lot of differences. There are a lot of levels where my solution and the solution of the other player differed a lot. So it just goes to show, even, in such a difficult game, there are levels with multiple solutions, and that's absolutely fine. Alright, now the main business of this episode is to do levels star 1 through star 6. Not in one sitting, but hopefully, at a normal pace. Maybe, I guess worst case scenario, 1 level per episode. If we can do better, I hope we can do better. But yeah, level 45 scared me a lot, so, But these shouldn't be that hard if they're accessible really early. Like, this is accessible from level 5, which is insane. Like, could you believe this showing up in level 5? That would be really insane, but okay. So 3 birds, 1 of these blocks. This block has shown up before, so I'm pretty sure clicking on it doesn't do anything. We have some clouds. Clouds are not clickable. These are not clickable, they already exist. How about the stars? They are, and they do give me a clickable prop advancement. The moon? The moon is probably just background. Okay. I like the little circular aura that shows up when you kind of spin them around. And also, like, they do hang. I guess you can't really tell, but if I turn off grid, you can tell that they're hanging from something. I guess more clouds above us. Anyway, I was leaving grid on because I sort of wanted to... Well, I mean, I thought the aesthetic wasn't really ruined by the grid. But, if I can handle it, I guess I'll try turning the grid off for this episode. Anyway, so our goal is to... My goal is to somehow get everyone there. What? Okay. Wow, this is a project. What? Okay. Okay, I have more tools now, so I can actually do a lot of different stuff here. So I still can't... Oh, no, I don't mean to do that. I mean to press space to change my character. I have 2 lengths of 4 and 1 length of 3. A length of 4? A length of 4 being at the bottom seems best because they lift the block up the highest. Okay, 3 move away. 4 stay down here. With 3 snakes I can also do something pretty magical. However, I can't really push this up very well. So maybe a 4 has to do that. Can a 4 actually push this up? With the help of a 3 below it. Oh, yeah. The 4, I think, can push it up. No, very slightly, but not actually pushing it up. Okay. Well, if this was pushed over and pushed up while a bird was on a cloud, that may be more useful. No, don't do that. This already looks like a massive project. Like, I could push up like this, and I think since Bluebird still stays on a cloud, it gets hang time, basically. Okay, so Greenbird, push it over. Bluebird will push up. And I think I want Redbird to stay down there. I want Greenbird, to be the one to push. So, okay, Redbird, first I need you to stay flat on the ground. Like so. Bluebird pushes up by 1, and Greenbird pushes over. There you go. With 3 birds, this becomes extremely simple to do. I think with 2 birds, this was much harder. Okay. But now this means that... Okay, well, I can do a lot of maneuvering, try and get this entire setup to be slightly further left. Is it good to be further left? Maybe. I can see that at this height, Bluebird can still get there, and then Redbird can push up, so this gets you at maximum possible height. I suppose if actually... Ooh, hold on. I can get even higher. Okay, I don't see what the purpose is, but I can make it so that this block is on top of 2 4-length birds, and that is probably about as high as it is useful to get that block. Okay. I think maybe I prefer pushing it over though. That is not great. Okay. Could I hook it onto this somehow? If in some way... I think I want this block to be above both a red and a green. Yeah, this looks good actually. This red can push up, green can push up. This block needs to be slightly further to the left, so I think hold on. No. Okay, maybe this is a bit of a pain to do. I think no. See, the thing is that it would have been a lot better if this was... I needed something solid here. Otherwise, I just can't push this up and over. So like, I sort of need this to be a 2x2, if I can help that. Okay, what shape can... actually, this shape works. I just need to make this shape. There you go. The square shape that I wanted. Allows me to push over and then push over again. There you go. It's hooked on. And now everyone can just fall back down, I think. Although, how does anyone get up here? I need everyone to be able to get up here, which... Well, no, okay, at this height, the 3 can actually get over onto the blue. And the red can get onto the blue on its own, because the red can climb this. Okay, so that's good. Green, you just need to get on top of red to climb this there. Okay, red, blue, what am I saying? Okay, green, I need you to... Green, I need you to face backwards. So green, do this. Good. Red can climb up. Green can follow along with it. Green cannot bridge over, but I think with red it can. I just need to make another one of these S shapes. Ooh. S shapes like that. Which is probably possible if I tried hard enough. Right, see, because there needs to be something solid here. Or here, I think. No, actually this is fine. What am I doing? This is fine for green. Green can just cross over. Okay, good. Now, a self-propelled machine seems okay. If everyone's up here, is that doable? I can't pan up there, I can pan down. Okay. So, okay, green up here. No. Don't drop. This is very precarious. I can push, that gets rid of a lot of stuff, which is bad. Okay, but I can use that self-propulsion trick from a while ago. This push acts as self-propulsion. Push. I'll just click on you, just make things easier. Push, push, push. And this self-propulsion trick works to get all 3 birds across. Kinda insane that anything can get here anyway. Like, how does a last bird get in here? Where does this block need to be? Up here? No, but if it were up here, then because there's only a gap of 3 between them, it can't have a second... No, but... Okay, turn on the grid again. I really need the grid for this. Even a 4 bird at full length can't drop from here and land on here. That's not doable. So a 4 bird can't get from here on its own. And regardless of how tall this is, it's never going to make it past because there's a 4-length gap here. It just cannot cross. It needs something else. It needs to... Well, I don't know what it needs. It's the problem. Okay, so blue I think you can just leave first? Or at least blue can act as... Blue can act as a bridge for them. Yeah, and this actually is perfect for red. Oh, and then blue can just cross over. Okay, I think we're done. I didn't realize that this gap was makeable, but I guess it is. Alright, let's get everyone in. There you go. First puzzle solved. Okay, that was very nice actually. That was a very nice level. It's a star. Ooh. And I have 1 out of 6 of these things. For a central final level, maybe? Okay. Level 2. Oh, this one was special. I remember this one. This was the last one I unlocked, but also one very special looking one. Look at that. I probably have clicked on every fruit. No, I haven't clicked on all the fruits yet. Okay, I've eaten every fruit, but I haven't clicked on all of them. Also, this pineapple is orange. It's the same color as orange, which is obviously orange. Okay, let's see. This setup is... This setup is... Well... This setup is... symmetrical. It also was a key. It looks like a key. In fact, I probably don't need a grid for this. Let's turn that off now. No one needs a grid for things. Something that, you know, this is already a grid. Like, just the arrangement of fruits here just makes a grid on its own. Anyway, to make it back in, I need to have a shortage of 3. I need to visit 3 of these gaps to lose 3 length. Okay. I guess going in either direction doesn't really matter. Unless falling becomes necessary, but I don't see how that is. I need to lose 3 length and get every fruit. Every fruit is by the typical level beating criteria. So visit 3 gaps and get all fruit. Well, to get all fruit in the center ring, I probably have to do like something like this, right? That's a loop that I have to do. And maybe because of that, I cannot afford to lose any fruit. In fact, I should probably lose as little fruit in the end as possible. Leave all the lost fruit at the beginning, so that I need to lose so that like the amount of space I leave is as small as possible. Like the earliest I can enter is here, and that will lose this fruit basically. This fruit has to be collected last, which means I have to lose a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. But that's even worse because this one is also lost, and I think it's the same either way. If I went here, if I want a big round first, that's a fruit lost here. Yeah, I either want no fruit to be lost or fruit to be lost really early on. That fruit is not lost very early at all. This is not it. Although, I could do something like this. That probably wouldn't get me anywhere. This is completely lost. I can maybe change my trajectory a little bit, but that wouldn't get me anywhere close. Okay. Maybe I have to... Well... I don't have to collect all the ring. I don't have to collect the full ring. I guess I'll do this and then come back for stuff later. Issue is that I kind of... does a length of 2 let me out? I think it does let me out. Yeah, that does let me out. I think we're done. There you go. And a fabulous long entrance into the portal. Nice. As slithery as I like. Cool. Alright, let's say that was pure luck, because I had no idea what I was doing there. Alright, that's 2 out of 6. Moving on. Level 3. Alright, another block pushing puzzle. Redbird is completely stuck. It can't push on itself. And Redbird will be stuck until it falls. But in doing so, I have a lot of empty space here. I can sort of rest on a little. There's this. This is very interesting to me. It is the exact shape of this. I think it... Is that a hint as to where I'm supposed to put it? But if I did... How would you fall? Maybe this is... No, this is the end. I need this to get there in the first place. So yeah, this is... Well, I don't know if I would have eventually caught wind of this idea, but yeah, the block does eventually have to be here anyway. Maybe here is... No, wait, hold on. Grid? Help me out here. There is a 3 gap here, so I can fit this entire thing up here, have the Snakebird fall. The Snakebird needs to fall 2. Okay. So if I held... Well, that's kind of a problem, isn't it? You kind of have to do this. And in doing so, I can either push which kills, or Bluebird does something. How do I start here? Well, Bluebird can just push. That's valid. In fact, Bluebird can probably do that. if I can't push up because of this cloud here that blocks me. But red can push up. Red pushing up, does that do anything? No, it kind of just warps the box a little bit. I see like, is this new? No, I mean, I clicked on it, but I didn't get... Did I already get the advancement for it? I don't remember. But no, this is still stuck. Okay. I now see that I can sort of lift it up slightly. And actually, if I lift up with the green bird, I'm actually done getting it out. So red bird can leave. Okay, red bird can leave, but... Okay, red bird can leave. There you go. This is kind of stuck, but I think if bluebird sort of gets out of the way here and redbird doesn't make a weird shape, yeah, the box can be dropped down and then it can be maneuvered around. Greenbird, okay, firstly, redbird, again, please be in proper behavior. Greenbird can get stuck inside, but that actually doesn't lower anything, so no. Greenbird might need to sort of help out a little bit, so... Okay, so firstly, pushing here seems bad. I can get up here, but I can't push back. Is getting it there even good? It's the only plausible move, right? Either blue pushes the entire setup here, or the blue like just leaves. Blue can't do anything else. If green were to do something, blue first has to move away. And if blue falls here, it just cannot come back. You can't even leave this island. This cloud island. And yeah, once green does this, it's basically stuck. Any push on the block kills red. And there's no other way for green to get under that. And even if so, lifting the block up by one doesn't do anything. So I think blue does have to push this first. That is a forced move. And to avoid getting anything stuck, blue just has to push over again. It's like literally nothing else to do here. Now things can be lifted up. Now I don't know if... the block needs to be lifted up by 2, right? And this is just a lift up by 1. So it needs to be lifted up by 1 by blue, and then 1 by green. This guy's green a little bit stuck. I'm trying to think ahead, maybe. Trying to see if I can get this block out. How would I do that? Well, I could do that by having... a shape like... okay, wait, hold on. If I look at the grid again, how low does the block have to be pushed out the ball? Too lower than it is now. So starting from this line. Okay, where can Redbird... Redbird can do this. And actually that might leave enough space for Bluebird to come in and push stuff out. No, it has to be even lower. Oh, okay. Well then that's... I don't know if that's a good thing or not. That red needs to be 1 lower. Okay, hold on. Let's get Bluebird in there first. Yeah, Bluebird, you just hold on to it. Redbird, you can leave. Ooh, okay. Greenbird, a little bit stuck. But if Greenbird goes around and they sort of swap positions, maybe that's okay. So Bluebird, I don't want you to do that first. Bluebird, you can stay as a vertical line. If you move anywhere else, you get stuck underneath the block. No. Redbird, go down. Bluebird, I sort of want you to do this and then flip over. Issue is that you will fall. So the problem is that for you to push leftwards and not die, you need something below you at where your tail exactly is. But if there were anything standing there, this block becomes too high to push. How do I fix that issue? Okay, well, the way I should fix that issue is by not pushing the block directly. I think it is actually intended for Redbird, or at least some other bird, to go back in. And then another bird to push it out from here. Okay, so it might be better to have a 4-bird with me instead of 2 3-birds. Okay. Redbird, don't do that. Okay, so, let's don't do that either. Okay. Go here. Yeah, now at a proper height, I can push. So I think a 3-bird is actually perfect for this. I need you guys to swap positions first. Okay, so Bluebird, you just stay here where you are. I think you actually get in there already. I need green and red to swap positions, which actually isn't that challenging. There you go. Swapped. Redbird, you might want to move away. How? No. Okay. So, I push. If I push, I'm dead. So actually that's not great either. Is a 4-bird going to help? Yes, but not barely. If a 4-bird makes sort of like this, okay, hold on. Okay, so Redbird, you go down. You're gonna climb up the side here, like so, and this will allow a push by Redbird without dying. I guess if I get Greenbird to stand here, no, Greenbird has to. Ooh, what does Greenbird have to do? Greenbird has to. No, Greenbird has to like lie here or something. That's kind of rare. It's kind of not very easy to have happen. Okay, I guess this is fine. Yeah, red is a bit too high. But if red pushes now, then they both die because yeah. Greenbird, you sort of need to straighten yourself out. Maybe I guess this is fine. No, because yeah, you don't actually get under there. You just survive. That doesn't work. Okay. So I guess no, because Redbird has to do this now. So Redbird sort of has to have a different shape at this point. This is actually maybe this is a lot better, I think. Yeah, because now there's a flat piece of ground that green can flip on. There you go. Okay. That isn't what I wanted. I think I instead wanted this sort of I wanted this sort of L-shape-ish thing. Well, not like that, like upside down. Because now the same issue is gonna occur. I guess this is fine. That actually looks pretty fine. That actually looks okay. Red, you're very stuck. You're basically dead. Unless you are held up. And how will you be held up? Greenbird can hold you up. There you go. Greenbird is holding you up. And everything is almost free. You know what's not free? Bluebird is very stuck. However, if Greenbird moves over, Bluebird can fall out. And when Bluebird falls out, Bluebird cannot do anything there. However, every bird is at least no longer in the block, and the block is semi-retrievable. Okay, this position is very stuck though. Okay, Redbird can now leave if Bluebird was in this shape. Okay, everything is free. You can now shift the block over. I think... Ooh, I don't like that. How far can this go? That looks far enough. That is not far enough. Okay. So Bluebird one further, Redbird one further, Greenbird pushing all the way gets us there. Now, I might have wanted to swap red and... No, actually, I don't think it would have mattered. I do need to get Bluebird out though. I think Greenbird is safe. I don't know if Greenbird needs to help here. Alright. That was a weird delay, but okay. I think it's actually possible for you to just come down on your own. Ooh, that's not great. This gets you stuck. If this was maybe a bit higher, if this was stacked here first, is that helpful? Okay, you can get there. Okay. Green, you can stay up here first. I will ask you down if you need help. Oh crap. Okay, no, but at this point, I think if I do this, red can survive. Okay, so that's the end goal. Now I just need to get Bluebird out of its misery. And actually, I think... Ooh, no, no, no. Okay, so, okay, green, I think you have to hold stuff around first. Get there. No. Yeah, Bluebird, you can get up here easily, actually. There you go. Okay. Redbird, you can leave. And I think we might be done. Bluebird... No, I don't want to push anything. Okay, Bluebird, you need to hang out a little bit further away. I think Redbird can hold you. Yeah, well, we let that drop. I gotta let that drop. There you go. Everyone can leave happily. No, Bluebird, get up there. There you go. Nice. That was a good series of moves. I like that. Wasn't the most intuitive solution, but very clean. Okay, level 4. I think this was the next latest. The second latest to be looked at. You can try looking at it right now. Level 4. I think this is the one with portals in it. No portals. Does 5 portals? I guess being near to the portal one, 5 would have portals in it. Yeah, 5 has a portal and a block. That block looks very stuck. What? And finally, I think 6 is just a normal level with a block. Multiple blocks, okay. No portals either because we haven't been introduced to that idea yet. I do find it interesting though that 1 had blocks in it even though there were no blocks here. I feel like level 2 being level 1 makes the most sense. Although to be also fair, level 2 is such a big surprise that leaving it to the end seems like the most understandable. Anyway, level 4. Okay, don't know if these are ordered in difficulty, but 3 definitely seem to be a lot harder than 1. And I can't really compare 2 with them. It's like comparing, dare I say, apples to oranges to lemons to bananas to everything else that 2 had in it. It's not valid of a... Okay, anyway. So, alright, we start with all these 3. Do I need to stack them? I will need to stack them on top of each other, I think. Okay, I do find it interesting. Ooh, that is not great. That is a very weird looking block. Okay, if this can happen, yes, then I can push there. I can push this back and get... Ooh. No. I need a better setup here. I need... I think I'll hold these down with... Hold these up with green while red switches positions. This is a better position for red because it's upside... Oh, it's backwards so I can leave. That's why when I push this entire setup over by 1... Yeah. So what I wanted was this exact set of 3 blocks but both birds on the same side. I think I've just achieved it. If I could checkpoint now, that would be awesome. But I cannot. Anyway, what can I do now? I wanted to do this. This gets that block there. I don't know if that's the best thing because it's kind of on the wrong side. It'd be much better if this side of the block was here. Also... But I didn't want to check if these were considered the same as the vertical ones. These are like the vertical double blocks but just rotated. And it looks like I don't get the advancement first, so I think they are considered the same. Anyway, maybe it's better if... I don't want it to fall. Pushing this falls. So, okay, maybe it's better if... That doesn't look very nice. Okay, but if I had this be held up, green can push that there. Wait, no, this is bad in all cases. It just has to be accessed from here regardless of which block actually gets down. It's just, this block might be useful as well. Okay, let's push this up slightly. I think Redbird, what its job is to now push this over. Okay, with enough help, I think, no. Greenbird is the one that has to climb up there, because Greenbird is the only one that can. Redbird holds it up while Greenbird climbs. I think Redbird need not hold it so high. Because I want Bluebird to sort of push. That's the wrong block. Is that workable? It's very suspicious. If I got a good hold of... I can't really push any of these up higher than before though. So it really does feel like... Well, to get anything up here, I need to push up twice more. But since the only maximum height with a single bird is this, I either need the bird to be standing on something. The bird needs to be standing on something. And so I think it means our goal is to actually push these over slightly so that the bird can stand here and still carry these up. Ooh, not great. What the heck is going on here? Anyway. Okay, so back to our original. We want everything to be pushed over by 1. But it's not that easy because pushing over means things fall. Like that. Which is why I want things on the same side, which is what I was trying to do. Okay. Oh wow, this push is possible. That's weird. But absolutely valid. Actually, I think this is fine. I do need to leave though, so... Okay. Let's say I hold this up here. Can Redbird do the pushing? It can. Okay, and I think that's good. Redbird, can you now hold this up while Greenbird goes back to the other side? Greenbird needs to do some pushing. Well, no, because Greenbird doesn't actually need to be here, does it? If it held it up, Redbird can reposition itself to be underneath these blocks. So Green can push now without a problem of these blocks falling. And so Greenbird can just do that and still be on this side. If Redbird was down here a little, I think Greenbird... Ooh, Greenbird cannot flip upside down though. Greenbird can do this and push these over by 1. I think these... No, I think it needs to push the upper one first. No, it's the same issue for both. They just fall. So is it possible to do... No. Well, that's possible. I can do that. I can do it the other way around to get this on each other. Okay, so if I pushed the... whichever one I push first wouldn't really make a difference. They all get sort of like stuck in this same set of 3. Does it really matter what I do? I want to do this. And now I want to push this over. And I think if I could, I want to... These are fine. These two blocks are connected to this which stands here. So Redbird can act as a bridge for Greenbird. I also want to push this backwards. There you go. That is what I wanted. No, this is horrendous. Okay. Crap. Okay, if Redbird could... Redbird can't. Redbird is holding it up. It's busy. It is very occupied right now. Greenbird cannot get back on its own though. It can get here somehow. Ah, because that block was there. But it cannot do that. However, could... Greenbird might have a bit of trouble. Is Redbird... Can Redbird... Okay, can it be such that Greenbird first holds this up, while Redbird swaps position to be upside down? I think it can by doing this. There you go. Now everything is still the same. Can cross over as per usual. Push is fine. And now you can do a swap. Wait, why is a swap necessary? A swap wouldn't change anything. Why can't I push right here? I'm pushing against myself. Right, I got it. Red cannot push up. That's good. Maybe. Red can push up very far. Actually, I think that does mean that Green could have pushes over. Sort of. Okay, it needs to be such that Green takes over now and pushes up. Oh, no. Hold on. Crap. What do I do here? Okay. I need Red to survive. Red, Red, you're gonna get very stuck. I don't like that. Because that push doesn't work. That push also doesn't work. I need a push that works. This push won't work either. That push would work, but it gets stuff stuck. Didn't I have one that pushed this there correctly before? I just thought it wouldn't work because of something. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what that was all about, but I guess... Okay, actually... no, hold on. I can't get both of them up on this platform. Nothing is holding this up. Okay, so... Green, get up here first so that red can get onto this. If green were to be upside down now, the same thing happens, but this green bird is flipped. So this can happen, this push. This block is still being held up, so honestly it's fine. It can be pushed up eventually. Red bird can leave. This block can still be pushed up. It just needs to be pushed up from the right spot. Okay. Okay. If I can hold this block up, it'll be very nice. I suppose from the other side it might be possible. Seems like a stretch though. Okay, I can also land on this so that nothing terrible happens. I want to be able to push this up, but... Okay, I think the same idea still holds. This is good, but that gets the green bird stuck. So another swap has to occur where red bird falls down, upside down, and then green bird is the one that pushes over. Or pushes up. Pushing up is hard though. But maybe this is fine. Maybe something good can happen here. I can see something good happening. Green bird can act down here and push it up. That's not very useful, but I can see something. Just kidding, what can I see? No, I don't think this should have been pushed over at all. But it should have been pushed over. It has to be pushed over at some point. Maybe it's necessary for there to still be a block where this green's head is. Like, this block has to be here instead. Or maybe even further out. They all have to be on the same side. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me. So rather than trying to push this to the left, I could try to push this to the right. Okay, that seems okay. But does require some... Okay, green bird, I need to do this. No. I need red bird to sort of act horizontally, but not really. Hold on. Okay. Actually, I think this is fine. I just need to push it... Ooh, no. No. This... Okay. Hold on. Let's try this. This is very bad. This is very, very bad. Okay. This does nothing. This lifts everything up, but I don't see the point. What I'm trying to do is trying to get a bird's head in here. Like, I'm trying to flip this bird, basically. Like this bird up here, but flipped. So its head is here. This way I can make a horizontal like this. And you find some way to do that. Just stepping outwards won't work because I can't push this in. I can't possibly do that. And I can't just climb on that bird and expect to do anything either. Because I can't reach down here unless there's something solid below me. There could also be something solid here, but again, there's already a bird in here, which doesn't really... okay. Maybe... Okay, maybe... Maybe this was still fine. And I just need to find a way to get over. Ooh, no. This is why Red wanted to push like that. No. Okay, Green, you stay there, help hold on to this. This is very bad. Green, even if you did this, this would also be very bad. Can Red get over? Yes, it can actually by doing that. I think this allows a push. No, because something needs to be underneath. That's fine. This can work. Okay. This is very awkward. This doesn't help me at all. This, I think, is reverting back to some previous state. Okay, this looks maybe okay. This is still reverting to the previous state, but I don't know if that's maybe good or not. That might be good though. Right? No. Well, this can happen. That push I don't think has happened before. Okay. Greenbird, you can leave now. And I think if I held these up properly... I need to hold this up by 1 though, so that this can be pushed over. I need this to be pushed over. But it seems fairly challenging. To lift this up and still be able to hold this in place. So I also need to push this one to the... one to the right. That way I can push this and still hold on to that. I think that's actually perfect for Redbird to get up here and push. That's a... That is very precarious and also not gonna work. This also doesn't work. I don't actually have no idea. Oh, right, it's pushing against this. If this happens, this push will cause things to fall. It actually kind of gets stuck because Redbird is in the way. Okay. Maybe what I want instead is to get over to the other side. Yes, get over to the other side. This doesn't really work though, because Greenbird is... Well, Greenbird is just very stuck. All the birds are very stuck. This looks good for getting stuff on the other side, but actually fails. Okay, I got that. Okay. No. Okay, Redbird, help me out here again. Greenbird, do this. Greenbird, push up. No, wait. Crap. Okay, Redbird, get up here. Greenbird, push up. Redbird, push. There you go. Everything's up there now. And maybe that's okay. I don't really see how it is though. However, I can push stuff around. Still, it's not dead yet. Yeah, I want to get both birds on the same side. Kind of is challenging here a little bit. Because, yeah, these 3 blocks are very stuck. It feels like if I were able to push some of these blocks aside, I can get something over. But that's kind of been that was kind of what I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I don't think... Well, this looks okay. Yes, that does work. Wow, okay. And I think red pushing here does also help get one of these up here in the right spot where I wanted it to be. I just need a very big push up, which I think is also possible. No, it's not. No, it's not, because that spike up there gets stuck. Okay. That's fine. This is okay, as long as red catches it. So, okay, this is good. This actually swaps the blocks around. This block is the original one at the bottom, but I'm now shifting it to be the one on top. Okay, so if I were able to get this to happen, Redbird, you can push over. No, Redbird has to push the other way around. Okay, so Redbird, you can't hook there though, you have to hook here. Greenbird, can you take the fall while Redbird... No, Redbird can do that very easily. I don't see what the problem was. I need some more height. Pushing doesn't work. I need a bit more height on this block. And then I need Redbird. I need Redbird to push over to the to the right here. But Greenbird needs to be slightly higher. Greenbird can be higher, but there are a few things that it needs to do first. Greenbird needs to flip around so it can... Well, Greenbird needs some sort of assistance. Push... Actually, no, this is absolutely fine. Yeah, done. I think we're done. Okay. We also accidentally set the dissolution. There you go. What a fest of moves. That was... Can't say that was any much harder than 3, but that was definitely a lot more finicky than 3. There were a lot of ideas I want to play around with there that just jumbled up together. I don't really understand how all of it went down, but it eventually did go down. And alright, that's it. That's level 4. Cool. 4 star levels. I think that means we can work on 5 and 6 next episode. It's definitely gonna have to call it an episode for today. Yep. The clouds are not clickable. That's okay. Alright, yeah, we'll work on the can you click these? I don't think so. We'll work on 5 and 6 next episode. Yep. I think that's gonna be for now though. Yeah, we got some pretty good puzzles done today. Some pretty enjoyable ones too. So yeah. Next episode we'll move on to 5 and 6. Until then though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.